of the LBC. On a mission trying to find Mr. Warren G. Seen him hit the east side of the LBC. On a mission trying to find Mr. Warren G. Seen him hit the east side of the LBC. On a mission trying to find Mr. Warren G. Seen him hit the east side of the LBC. On a mission trying to find Mr. Warren G. Seen him hit the east side of the LBC. On a mission trying to...
How we doing, everybody? This is Adam at Hutch Vapor again. We're going to talk about battery safety today. We've been seeing an increase in people that are going from like a VV or a Twist or a Vamo, and they're starting to get into mechanical mods now. And once they get into mechanical mods, they're wanting to start getting into rebuildable atomizers, drippers, and tank atomizers. And so we want to make sure that you know how to do this properly, because there is a wrong way to do it. And if you like having all your fingers, you might want to do it the right way. I'm going to start off with some of the batteries first. There's tons of batteries out on the market. Anything from, this is an 18350 E-Fest. There's some generics out there that you really don't know what they are. This one actually does have the milliamps listed and the amperage listed, but how accurate that is, I really couldn't tell you. Personally, I would say if you got some type of generic battery, just don't use it. I mean, unless you are absolutely sure of what this battery is, to be on the safe side, I would just stay away from it. Personally, I recommend that if you're going to be getting into sub-ohm builds or anything of that nature, get the Sony VTC4 or the VTC5. In my opinion, probably one of the best batteries on the market. If you go with the MNKE, hey, that's fine too. I got a couple myself. They work just great. I got some Sonys too. I mean, either one, going to be just fine. One thing you're going to want to do with your batteries after using them and charging them is, kind of go over a visual inspection of it. Look at it, make sure there's no marks on it, no discoloration in the metal, anything that can show that the battery's maybe been overheating. This one here, you can see there's nothing wrong with it. Top cap is perfectly fine. The casing on it is fine. The bottom is good. It's not indented in. You want to be careful on that too. Depending on what kind of mod you have, don't crank that thing down to where it's pushing into there, because that's probably going to damage it. So there are a couple examples of batteries that are in good condition. Nothing wrong with them. Those are good to use. This is a battery a customer brought in, and he was saying how when he was using it, his mod was getting hot. Well, obviously it was getting hot enough that it started to melt the casing off of it. If you ever come across a battery like this, or even if it's not to this extent, if you have a question or start to question the quality of the battery, again, do not use it. Just toss it, throw it away. It's not worth it, because a number of things can go wrong, and it's just, again, I like my hands, so I'm not going to chance it. There's a couple things that can cause this to happen. I'm going to guess that the main reason this happened is obviously, one, the guy was probably doing some type of sub-ohm build with his atomizer, and this battery is not capable of handling that. Again, with the Sony batteries, your MNKEs, your name brand batteries, the company will tell you what they can handle. They can go down to 0.8 ohms, they can go down to 0.2 ohms. Each battery is different. With this battery, again, you don't know who made it, so you don't know what it's capable of doing. In that case, it's not safe. So going into some of the things here, we're going to talk about, how it goes in there and everything. Of course, if you don't know, a mechanical mod, there's no wires, no circuits, no nothing. It's basically a flashlight tube. It has contact points. You lock it, unlock it, you press your firing pin, it makes contact, you're vaping. The reason why mechanical mods are used for sub-ohm builds and rebuildable atomizers is because it's straight power. There's no regulation, there's no circuits, no wires that'll, say, hey, stop, I can't handle that. Like on this, with the VV or with the Vamo, they can only go down to some of them like 0.8, typically 1.2 is where they stop at. If you were to try to get this Trident, throw it on the Vamo, it's not going to fire because the Vamo will recognize that, hey, this is a 0.6 build. It's not going to work. And it's built that way for a reason. It's, you know, built-in safety device. Your mechanical mods don't have that. So that's why when you're doing these, you need to be very aware of what kind of ohm rating this has, and then, hey, does my battery going to be able to handle that? And again, that's why you buy good batteries. So we're going to check the ohm rating on this K-Fun real quick. And it comes out to 0.5. So now that we know what that is, we know that this Sony VTC4 can safely push that to its maximum capacity. Now, if you tried to put this on whatever device, you know, say we're just going to throw it on this Origin real quick, and you are using a battery other than the Sony or MNKE or something that can handle it, you're probably going to end up with something like this. This battery is very, very damaged. Earlier when I was talking about the contact point pushing in on it, that's what I was referencing to. This battery, if anybody were to try to use it, they're probably not the smartest person. Again, do you like having hands and fingers? Because if so, don't use batteries like this. Back to the regulated device. If you're going to use a K-Fun on your Vamo, you know, it'll safely push it to, as long as it's a 1.2 build. The good things about a regulated device such as the Vamo or the VV or the MVP is, if the build you have on your K-Fun or a dripper or whatever you have on there is below a certain level, this will not even fire it because it'll automatically recognize that it's not capable of doing it. It's not safe. So it'll just shut off all power to it. Not a problem. You take it off, you throw something else back on there. It was kind of a quick conversation, but to wrap this all up, if you have any questions about battery safety, what battery is capable of doing what, please don't just assume you can figure this out on your own. Come in, talk to myself or Jordan. If you're looking to get started into dripping, you know, maybe you've been vaping for a while now and you're wanting to take the move into a mechanical mod and a rebuildable. Again, it's not something you just buy and throw on there and slap a battery in there and start vaping. It's not safe. So again, come in, talk to myself or Jordan. We'll get you as up to speed as we can, get you set up with a safe build and a battery that'll, you know, push whatever build you may have on there, and you'll have a good vaping experience. So again, we just want to make sure that everybody's being safe and having a pleasurable vaping experience. We are a business, but we're here to help people and not harm anybody. We want to make sure that all of our customers are knowledgeable in the products that they're using. If there's at any point, even if it's not a mechanical device, even if you got a question about an ego, whatever it may be, come in, talk to us, we'll get you set up, and we'll go from there. Have a good day.